know if you are talking to a good man if he agrees with you in the things that you have to say about how men treat women in the patriarchy. Okay, the ones that get defensive, the ones that get mad, the ones that say not all men are guilty. Hit dogs holler.
Okay, this was a short little clip, but the caption says good men agree with women. You know, bless her heart. She seems young. And a lot of times we see on social media, a lot of these young women, you know, they have something to say. They want to be heard. They want to make points. But a lot of them don't really, you know, they haven't had time to experience life for real and relationships and everything else that comes up with life. And so they just have a platform to speak and make a few dollars off of, but half of the time they don't know what the hell they talk about. And she was cute. So men who agree with you, basically are good men. The good men who just agree with everything that a woman says and does, that's the good one. The ones who will, you know, speak out against that, oh, they're the problem. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But you know, once again, I could give a little grace to some of these young women, but it shows you that they don't have any guidance, that nobody is teaching them the right things. Nobody is teaching them. They're out here, you know, going their own way, directing their own paths, figuring it out the best they can. And a lot of times they end up, this is how you find a lot of women who, you know, sit around, they're the Bonnet Crew sisterhood, and they sit around and they feel and they think all day amongst each other, and they talk to each other and they create these narratives about men that are simply just not true. So they sit there and they create different narratives and they tell each other, girl, yeah, this is what a man does. Cause girl, if a man, if he don't love his mama, he can't love you. And oh yeah, and if he don't do this, he ain't a real man. And if he act like this, then he's sassy. Oh my God, you shouldn't fool with him, and he should do this and he should do that. If he don't agree with you, honey, then something wrong with him. You shouldn't be with him. They sit around and they create these narratives about men and everything else without ever talking to a man, by the way. And you don't realize that what you're doing is you're completely off the mark. Y'all have no idea what you're saying. And then what happens is when they hear men speak on certain issues or topics or things of that nature, and it contradicts or goes against what they've conjured up, they think that something's wrong with the man. And they think that the men are lying, and it's just not true. But you've never talked to a man. Y'all sit around your aunties and the sisterhood, and you sit around and you created these narratives and told yourself that's what men like, and this is what men should do, and this is what it is, and y'all believe y'all own hype. And then when men really speak and it goes against what you've already thought, now you're mad and you're confused and you're wondering why, or you don't believe them. That's just so stupid to me, and I've seen it happen. But I just think that women are lost and they hate to accept the fact that they are. They hate the fact that they are not good leaders amongst themselves, but they want to blame it all on the men, or the men not there to lead. Well, because they don't want to be with you because y'all are batshit crazy. That's why. You've created a set of rules in your head that men must abide by, these rules that you created. And then when men say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not following your lead. I'm not going by your rules. I'm not doing it. I'm a man. Then you mad. Oh, what's something wrong with these men? These men don't want to do this. These men did that. And you don't realize that y'all are a lot of times the problem. Y'all are the problems a lot of the times. But because you're self-absorbed, it's all about you. You don't see yourself. You have no room to hear what a man is saying and to take what he's saying and use logical sense and go with it. This is why they say women aren't good leaders, because you feel too much. Everything is a feeling. I feel like this and I feel like that. You know that those feelings aren't factual. Just because you feel a certain way don't make it a fact. But y'all are moving like your feelings are factual, and that everybody should take into account your feelings all the time. Women leave good marriages, good men, based off of their feelings. You make poor decisions based off of your feelings. You make decisions based off of a feeling that you end up regretting because your feelings change. So you felt like this one day, you made a decision based on that, and it was not the right one. And then now you mad and blaming somebody else, and then your feelings change and now you want something else. This is why women can't make decisions and stick to them, because our feelings change too much, and you don't want to acknowledge that you're making poor decisions based off of your feelings when you know your feelings gonna change. One day you want this, the next day you want something else. And then you want a man just to be your puppet, to sit there and allow you to go through all these emotions and these feelings up and down with no regulation. With no regulation involved, no accountability whatsoever, where you can regulate your emotions and your feelings so that you can be stable. Because without any regulations, you're unstable. And no man in his right mind is going to be able to sit there and keep on going through these motions with you. These ups and downs, these back and forth. If you make a decision, you've got to stick to it. You can't allow your feelings and your emotions to come in and dictate how that goes. Because especially when you're dealing with another person. And then y'all wonder why your relationships don't work. Y'all walk away from the relationship because you're confused within yourself. A lot of women are confused. One minute you got a husband, you want then all of a sudden you don't want your husband. You can wake up one day and say, I'm done. And blame it on God. God told me that it's no longer your husband. So you made a vow before God that this man is your husband. You marry him. Y'all committed to each other. And then one day God could just tell you he taking it back. And then all of a sudden, no, it's no longer my husband. It no longer suits me. I'm no longer happy. So I'm out, and it's justified because God spoke to me and told me that I was right. Break up your family, have no remorse about it, is justified because as women, you are allowed to have your feelings just unregulated. You can do whatever it is you want and there's no consequences, no repercussions, nothing behind your horrible decisions. And then when the decisions don't work out for you, it's still somebody else's fault. And you still looking for somebody to come and pick up the pieces. There's never any accountability when it comes to women. You could just be free to be as reckless as you want to be. And everybody's just supposed to sit around and cater to your recklessness. Cater to your poor choices. Cater to everything that you've done that has messed up things. But everybody's supposed to still cater to you as if you're not messing things up. But a man, there's no room for that. He gotta be solid all the time. He make one mistake or oh my God, he's condemned forever. But these women can make the most drastic decisions that could wreck a whole entire family, and it's justifiable. And then when you ran out of all your options and exhausted every possible choice, now you left to your own devices and nobody want to deal with you and you move on. Now you want people to feel sorry for you and come pick up the pieces and get you back to a better place. And it makes sense to me when I hear men say, you know what, I'm at peace. I don't want to deal with these broads. I don't have time for the back and forth. I respect it 100%. And I'm a woman who believes in marriage. I believe in healthy relationships. I believe in people coming together, but I believe in it. But I also understand where men are dealing with these types of women. I'm not oblivious to the nature of women. Women are batshit crazy. And you don't have no type of regulation, no guidance, no nothing. It's just a hot mess. And I don't know what it's going to take for women to realize the errors of their ways and how what they're doing is just not working out. I don't know what it's going to take because this independent boss chick stuff is ruining these women. Listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live, y'all. Make sure you chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.